Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. I was so inspired by Shelly and Megan doing their musical number this morning. It brought me back. About 8 years ago, I tried out for American Idol with my wife, but I'm not going to do a musical number because I remember what they said, and they said, no thank you. So we tried and failed, but we had a great time doing it. Today I'm going to talk about social media influence. Tara Lee said it. I'm going to repeat it. This is the most powerful weapon that we have. You know, I'm blessed to be on this stage at Women Ignite. I love being here. This is such a cool event. You really have to come experience it to really get the full thing. Am I right? This is so cool. But I'm speaking in front of 400 women right now on stage. And then on Monday, when I get back to work, on my social media profile, I'll be talking to about 6,000 entrepreneurs who follow me online. Why do I say that? Because what we do on our phones, what we do on social media has a much larger impact than anything that we could really do on a stage unless we're a celebrity. Does that make sense? Every single person in this room has the ability to influence their neighborhood and their community. Now, people hire the branding group to do their social media. We help hundreds of companies around the world make money online. And I'm going to be talking about that in depth in my workshop right outside. But today what I want to focus on is I want to focus on what it takes to influence your community and your world. Jenny Q hinted at my wife and I doing foster care, and I want to go into that. My wife and I started doing foster care 3.5 years ago. We had a warm spot in our hearts for these kids who are just stuck in a bad situation, not to any fault of their own, and they need somebody to come in and love them. And so we dove into foster care, and during the process, we found that a lot of times these kids come with broken families, and the people that end up in foster care are there because their parents have no support system. And so my wife and I were like parachuted in as missionaries into broken families. And as we dove into foster care, we started telling our story. We started sharing why we're doing it. We started sharing the grief and the pain and the joy that we experienced in that journey. And something started to happen. People who were following us online started to catch a little bit of our passion. They started to feel the same love that we did towards these kids. And we started to create this little mini movement back in Lancaster where Tara Lee and I first met. And we, over the past 3.5 years, we've had 20 more families follow us into foster care, which means that roughly 95 other kids have been put into a home because of the foster care journey, because they saw us. Why does that matter to you guys? That matters because the things that you're passionate about, you have the ability to show the people around you why it is that you're passionate about it. And then just by sharing your story, you can help to influence the way that they see it. You can show them what you see, and then when they catch that fire, then they'll start to join you in your cause and in your passion. And, now I want to show you. I have 3 outcomes for the next 15 minutes. I have 3 outcomes. The first is I want to inspire you to use the tools that you have. Because the great thing is that if you have a social media profile, you have the ability to influence others around you simply by telling your story. The next outcome I want to share with you is the strategy, the overall strategy that you can follow that will get you there. And the third thing that I'm going to share with you are the steps that you can take on Monday morning to start walking this out. So let's start with the why. And do you have something, do you have a story that will help you? Now I want to do a little exercise with you guys. We just got back from lunch, so let's do this together. I'm going to make a statement, and then you tell me yes to the level you agree. So if you just agree a little bit, whisper back yes. If you agree a lot, yell it at me. Are you ready? So number 1, I'm having a great time at Women Ignite. Yes. I love coffee. All right. I love the Green Bay Packers. All right, we'll work on that. So when it comes to social media, we have different things that we love and we want to share with the world. So again, I'm going to make a statement and I want you to say yes to the level that you agree with me. So I have a passion and I believe that if others saw what I saw, they would follow me. Yes. Awesome. Let me go back to my statements here because they were really good and I don't want to mess them up. I believe that my business needs to grow so that it can impact my community. Yes. Those entrepreneurs around me are going, yes, we have a vision. It's not just monetary. We want to change the community around us. And then the other one, I believe that what I am passionate about will change the world. Yes. Awesome. So we just answered the question, why do I need to be a social media influencer? It's either your passion, your vision, your mission, or your business, or all of the above. So I want to start talking to you now about the strategies that you need to follow so that you can become a social media influencer and start having an impact in the world around you. The first thing is you need to find your people. You need to find your people. Now, for those of you in the room, there's a ton of action takers in here. I love the people that are in this room. I don't want you to take notes because I have them for you. If you download my app, go to alextheappguy.com. You'll have a link there to download my app. On there's a button. I'm going to send you all of my notes from this, plus a ton of other goodies so that you can follow along on Monday morning. So alextheappguy.com. Now, the first thing is finding your people. What does that look like? For my wife and I, that meant that when we talked about foster care, some of the people in our world didn't quite share the same passion that we did. And so we would always preface our statements. We would say, if you're a local family who has the room in your home and your heart for another child, we want to share what we're going through right now. And then we would dive into a little bit of our story. What that would do is that would immediately take the people who were not interested in the rest of that statement, they would keep scrolling. But if they looked at that and went, well, I do have room in my home and my heart for another child, I am a little curious as to what's going on, they would read on to see what it is that was going on with the Branning family. We made a Facebook page called Operation Baby Branning because we initially got into foster care to adopt and it just didn't work out that way. But people would follow us and we would do live streaming. We would show what's going on. We would share our story and our passion. And the right people started to follow us, and they would reach out to us and ask questions. And like I said, we had a little over 20 families join us in that foster care journey. The second thing that you need to do when it comes to embracing your social media influence is you need to be very clear about what your content strategy is. And those are big words for talking about foster care and stuff like that. But really, what was it that Kathy and I wanted to share? We wanted to show the good, the bad, and the ugly about being a foster parent, because for us, what that meant was the people who had the fire lit, they would do it for the right reasons, and we would be real about what's going on in our world. And so the people who started talking to us about our cause and our passion, they would follow us and they would say, you know what, I see the good and the bad, and I want in on that. I want to do that with you. I want to come arm in arm with you. For the same reason that the people who have your cause, your passion, or who are following your business, when they see your why and they see the good and they see what maybe not so good about what you're doing and kind of the ugly parts about your cause, they still want to run with you because you're being real about it and you're not trying to sugarcoat the reality. Because when you sugarcoat it and then people start to follow you and they see the things that you're trying to hide, then they bail because they thought that it was they were hoodwinked into it. Does that make sense? So the third thing that you need to do to become a really good social media influencer, and by influencer I mean just start to change the community around you, is to have a very clear call to action. A very clear call to action. Because you can have people who follow you, believe with you, and want to run with you, but if they don't know what the next step is, then they're going to be sitting there waiting for you to tell them what to do next. For Kathy and I, that meant simply saying, hey, if you're interested in learning more, come have dinner with us. So one of the things that happened over the past week and a half, is Alyssa Milano went on Twitter and she shared a very powerful story for herself, and she used the hashtag #MeToo. Right? One person tweeted out with the hashtag #MeToo. What happened is over 600,000 people over the past week have shared their stories, right? Now, every single Me Too statement was a woman lighting a candle into a dark spot that society didn't want to talk about. And how did that happen? Social media. In the same way, you have a passion and a fire. It's your cause, it's your story, it's your mission. But you need to light the match so that others can see the light that you have inside of you. We're talking about igniting the light. You need to strike that match so that other people can see it and they know what to do next. Alyssa was very clear. If you look at that original tweet that set off this movement, she was very clear about the next step, which was share your story. And so what happened? People did that, right? It was a beautiful display of the power of social media. Now, I want to share with you the things to do on Monday morning. If you're going, okay, this sounds good, now what? I want to give you a very clear next step. The first thing that I want you to do is I want you to take out your phone and shoot a short video of yourself sharing your why. Spend about 2 minutes and share your why. Why are you passionate about this? And then end with a strong call to action. Video is the most powerful medium that we have. You don't need to be a news anchor anymore to be seen by hundreds of people. You can literally just go on social media. Jenny Q is the master at this. She is the live streaming queen of North America. She's here in this room. You can go on social media, you can go live, or you can just upload a video and share your why with a strong call to action. And the right people who see that message will start to take action and follow you because you've inspired them. The other thing that I want you to do is I want you to write out what it is that you want people to do, because without a strong call to action, then your content, the things that you put out there, they won't have the impact that you want unless you are very clear about your intentions. And so I want you to encourage you to do that. In the workshop that I'm going to do right after this speech, I'm going to be talking about how to make money online. And I'm going to share how you can use your voice and the tools at your disposal to actually monetize your online presence, which I'm super excited about. I've got a ton of great content in there. I am passionate about this, and I want to help you. I'm going to be in the speaker booth right outside here, right in the vendor area there. I have a book that I will send to you for free called How to Grow Your Business on Pinterest. I want to talk with you. I want to help you. I want to get you going on your next steps on your social media journey. And Shelly, thank you so much for allowing me the time to come up here and speak with you. And I hope to see you guys at my workshop. Thank you guys very much.